Finish him.
Last week we decided to head out to Woodsboro Disc Golf Course, which is a 20-hole disc golf course in Frederick County, Maryland. We played the blue tees to short basket option, which seemed like the most popular way to go. It's a mix of open and wooded holes. Hole 1 is just a straight shot to get you warmed up, relatively long, and then a death putt. Matt chucks one up over the hill that fades out. Dad throws one up pretty high, but actually ends up getting a pretty straight path. And mine S-turns slightly to land near the basket, but down the hill slightly. Shot.
Get in.
All three of us are able to get threes on this hole. Hole 2 is a flat to uphill left-hander. Matt's shot stays a little too straight, but he ends up decent. Dad throws one up higher, but clips the tree before he can fade, knocks him down ever so slightly, leaving him by Matt, and I throw a more aggressive line that ends me up on the inside gap closer to the basket. We all get threes in the end. Hole 3 is a tunnel shot with a more aggressive tree line to the right that is shorter. Matt tries to go in between and gets knocked down. Dad throws a forehand that fades out to the left. And I throw my mid-range and get some fade to the left. Dad sinks a good shot, and the par run continues for all of us. Hole 4 is a wide tunnel shot with a left-hand turn at the end. Matt shoots up the gully, clips a tree, and gets knocked down. Dad cuts the inside of the corner.
Not bad.
And I get pretty good distance just outside of my putting range, but I am able to get around the corner pretty easy. Matt has a beautiful upshot to save par. Everybody gets threes once again. Hole 5 is a wide shot with lots of line options. The basket is to your right. Matt tries to go forehand, ends up in the bushes. Dad throws one that skips and rolls all the way into the bushes over by Matt, and I slip on the tee pad but actually end up having an okay line. None of us end up sinking our par shots, meaning that we're all back to normal and getting bogeys. Hole 6 is a slight slope to the right and a downhill shot with lots of trees. Matt decides he doesn't like the fairway, but still gets bounced out. Dad goes for the wide line and ends up fading out to the left after hitting some leaves. And I go up the center but hit a tree. Matt and Dad both shanked their putts. And I can't make the jump putt, meaning we all bogey again.
That means you're stupid.
Hole 7 is an uphill shot with the basket at the peak and a right-hand slope. Matt ends up in the middle, but gets bounced out to the right. Dad ends up in the center, and I throw one that gets pretty far before hitting a tree dead middle. Me and Matt get pars, and Dad gets a bogey. Hole 8 is a downhill hole, and then you have to shoot up a sharp incline to go to the basket. Matt hits an early tree. I throw my mid-range again, and once again get a lot of fade out to the left. And Dad throws one a little high that fades.
Never mind.
Me and Dad get threes, and Matt has a mental breakdown. That leaves him with a 6.
Oh, Matt. Matt. What are you doing?
Hole 9 sees you shooting down the hill. I get a solid shot that puts me right outside of circle 1. Dad lands easily within birdie range. And Matt hits a magic line through the tree.
Oh, through
but
the
it is not
tree.
within putting range.
I completely lost that. Sorry, viewers. I met.
Me and Matt both end up with threes while Dad is able to sink the birdie.
Alright, folks, it's starting to get real spooky. It's super dark. I don't know if you guys can see it. This looks like the beginning. No thunder yet, so we're gonna keep trucking, and if we end up soaked, so be it. Thunder. Really? Thunder. We gotta go. Get out of here. Cut the camera. Ah! You gotta go this way!
The next day we ventured back to finish our round. Hole 10 is a downhill to flat hole with lots of trees. Dad tries to snake one through but catches the middle bunch of trees. I rip one over to the right that gets knocked down early. And Matt shoots a really good one through the gap.
He shoots like that.
We all end up getting pars on this hole.
You got a good enough?
Hole 11 is an uphill shot with lots of trees. Dad cuts the inside. I get a nice high shot over the middle and get through the trees. And Matt throws it relatively low and clips a tree.
How long?
Me and Dad pull threes, and Matt gets a bogey. Hole 12 is a narrow valley with the basket to the right. Dad throws a good shot and gets close. I go a little too far to the left and clip a tree. And Matt takes a crazy
Like,
line
how
to
does
the
that get
inside
through?
that I didn't know was possible.
You get down by the basket.
Ah, I came back early.
Matt gets a par. Dad gets a par. And I get a 5. On the next hole, it's just a tight gap where we all throw wacky shots into the trees.
Oh, you. And roll. See?
Oh! Matt and Dad both get 5s, and I'm able to get a 4. Hole 14 is another shorter, wide, wooded shot. I throw one into the first tree. Dad is able to get a nice arc out over the middle. And Matt throws it pretty low but gets some distance. I get a 4 and Matt gets a 4, but Dad is able to get a 3. 15 requires a skip shot around a left-hand corner. Dad goes for that skip shot, but gets knocked by a tree. I actually execute it pretty well here and put myself within birdie range. And Matt throws off to the right and clips a tree.
Light up.
I'm able to complete the birdie, while Matt and Dad gets
Woo!
3s.
Nice putt.
All right.
Hole 16 is a wide pinball shot. I throw in hope and actually get pretty far.
Wow.
Matt ends up a little to the left, but he'll be okay. And Dad gets the farthest out of all of us. Me and Matt both played this hole very aggressive since we're behind, and both ran this putt. Neither of us made it. Matt is able to save par, and so is Dad, while I get a bogey. 17 shoots you down a steep hill. It requires a lot of finesse, and all 3 of us get pretty decent drives here. I'm able to sink my long birdie putt.
That might be good.
Oh!
Matt cages it, as well as Dad,
It's a good one.
meaning that Matt gets a par, Dad gets a bogey, and I got a birdie. On 18, I clip the guardian trees, but end up in the creek bed. Matt was going to fade right, but also clipped a tree, and Dad threw one that stayed way too straight and almost made it to the parking lot. Matt almost makes his layup shot. Dad lays up for par, and I sink my longest putt of the day. 19 is just like 18 but longer, seeing you throwing out over a field with a line of guardian trees. Matt tries to get around them, but ends up just shy. And Dad is the most successful getting around them out of all of us, staying just under the first line. I missed my par putt, basically putting me out of the running, while Matt and Dad lay up for pars, and I get a bogey. 20 just shoots you out over the field. All in all, this course is pretty cool. There are a couple holes that feel a bit like you're just throwing and hoping, and 19 and 20 just feel like an add-on to the original 18, which is very solid. Nonetheless, this course is definitely worth playing if you've never been before. I highly suggest trying it out. In the end, Dad ended up coming away with the win by 1 stroke over me at +4. I came in at +5, and Matt was +8. A fun round, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, we'd appreciate a like and especially a subscribe. And thank you for watching.